Hello and welcome back to another lesson in Introduction to Cloud Computing. In this lesson, we'll be covering migration. Some of the topics we'll be covering in this lesson are Cloud Adoption Framework, or CAF for short, migration strategies, the AWS Snow family, and innovation with AWS. So always go ahead and watch the introduction video for this module. When you're ready, you can continue on our video. So AWS CAF, or Cloud Adoption Framework, another introductory video. And we can continue. So what is cloud migration? What are we talking about? It's the process of moving apps, data, and IT infrastructure to a cloud platform. So that could be usually from an on-premises type of environment. So you've been running your computing resources, your applications. You've been running your tech at your actual business at on location, right? You're not actually hosting it on any cloud services. So that's typically the migration we talk about, but it could also be cloud to cloud. So maybe you're changing providers, or maybe you're setting up a hybrid approach where you're only putting some of your infrastructure in the cloud and you're combining that with some of your on-premises setup, some of your on-premises hardware. So yeah, it depends on what you need. We've discussed these cloud deployment models before, but we're going to focus on what if you need to migrate, right? What if you need to prepare for moving all your stuff onto AWS? What can you do on AWS to facilitate that process? Well, you're going to use the Cloud Adoption Framework. It's a structured framework provided by AWS that helps organizations plan, implement, and accelerate their cloud adoption journey. So it's going to provide you all the guidance you need, best practices, and it actually divides the framework into a set of perspectives. So those perspectives are going to allow you to focus on the different aspects of your business, whether it be profits, whether it be developing your team skills. That's going to be all divided so that you can separate, right? You can delegate all these different tasks that are involved with migration to the right teams. And so they can make sure that the cloud is going to benefit all of them and that they're going to prepare properly for this migration. So it provides a structured roadmap for cloud adoption, ensures that business and IT alignment, that there is alignment between these teams to maximize your cloud migration benefits. So maybe you are hosting on the cloud, right? You got to make sure that it makes sense for your business, right? That it is going to add profits and efficiency to your workflows. So it reduces the risks and security concerns with cloud migration, right? You want to make sure you're doing things right if you are moving to the cloud. You want to make sure you comply, right, with any regulations that you need to comply with. And of course, the cloud adoption framework is going to optimize everything for you: cost, performance, and governance in the cloud environments. So governance is like the leadership, right? Actually making sure that leadership knows, right, how we're going to delegate all these tasks for the migration. But we'll get into more detail about all these things. Just know cloud adoption framework, it's not just something you read. There are guides and white papers to the cloud adoption framework, but it also has assessments that you can take to make sure that you are meeting the knowledge requirements for migration. It has tools, templates, and again, it has those perspectives or strategies that are going to help you plan, migrate, and optimize your cloud adoption. So perspectives, what are they? They're categories that provide structured guidance for different aspects of cloud adoption. So business has many different things they need to take care of, right? So if you're going to migrate to the cloud, these perspectives are going to make sure that everybody on the team, every aspect of your business is going to benefit from the cloud and is going to be prepared for that migration process. So each perspective addresses distinct responsibilities that help the right people across the organization prepare for the migration process. It's organized into 6 perspectives. They're grouped into 2 main categories or capabilities. There's the business capabilities, where we have 3 perspectives, and technical capabilities, where we have another 3 perspectives. So business capabilities, right? It's going to be focusing on your organization, on planning, and on profits. And then technical capabilities and making sure, right, that you do configure the cloud to meet your particular computing needs. And you do it safely and you do it efficiently. So the business capabilities perspectives are going to be the business perspective, people perspective, governance perspective. And then the technical side, we have our platform perspective, security perspective, and operations perspective. So AWS CAF, let's focus on the business perspective. So ensures that IT aligns with business needs and that IT investments link to key business results. So making sure that everything we're doing on the cloud, right, is going to be generating profits for us. So use the business perspective to create strong business case for cloud adoption and prioritize cloud adoption initiatives. So it's going to help you show, hey, the cloud is really going to help us make more money. It's going to make our business better. So ensures cloud adoption supports our business strategies, objectives, and innovation. It's going to help define cloud success in business terms and ensure migration drives revenue and growth. So as a business person, right, that is what you're worried about. So the business perspective is going to give you all the resources you need so that you can show that, hey, the cloud is going to help us bring in more money and be more efficient, right, in capturing that money. So common roles in the business perspective include business managers, finance managers, budget owners, and strategy stakeholders. So here's a little summary on the business perspective. So the migration question that it answers is, how does cloud migration align with our business objectives? Business, again, meaning profits, revenue. So it focuses on the cloud's impact on your business goals, return on investment, and cost savings. Teams that it affects are going to be executives and finance teams. People perspective. So this is more on preparing your team for the cloud migration, make sure that everyone's ready and has the right skill set. So supports development of an organization-wide change management strategy for successful cloud adoption. It's going to make sure your teams are ready for the cloud. So use a people perspective to define roles, responsibilities, and develop cloud skills within each team in your organization. It helps prioritize training, staffing, and organizational changes. It's going to ensure that your team has the skills to work in the cloud. And it's going to support smooth transitions so that there's minimal disruption to your teams. So common roles in the people's perspective include HR, staffing, and people managers. So maybe you need to hire more people. Maybe you need to train people right for that move to the cloud. This is going to be under the people perspective. They're going to provide you the assessments, tools, and documentation so that you prepare your teams properly. So the question it answers is, do your employees have the right skills for the cloud? So it focuses on the workforce skills, cloud training, roles, and responsibilities, right? We need to decide who's going to be doing what once we migrate to the cloud. So it affects HR, leadership, and IT teams. Governance perspective. Focuses on the skills and processes to align with IT strategy, to align the IT strategy with the business strategy. So it's going to establish cloud policies, decision-making frameworks, and best practices to ensure accountability and alignment with your organization's objectives. It's going to make sure that you maximize your business value and minimize risks. So it's going to provide clear guidelines for cloud migration and ensure compliance with industry regulations. So this is going to make sure that you are following the rules, right? That you are you're aligning the technical things, right, with the business things. So you're making sure that things merge between those two main goals. So common roles under the governance perspective are going to be chief information officers, program managers, business analysts, enterprise architects, and portfolio managers. So what is it answering? It's answering the question of, how do we ensure security, compliance, and cost control? So this is merging the business side with the IT side. And then again, focusing on compliance, policies, risk management, and budgeting. So this is like a lot of leadership, right? But it's also mostly just kind of the decision makers on your team. So it's going to affect legal, compliance, and finance. So platform perspective. So now we're moving on to the technical side. So these are the principles and patterns for implementing new solutions on the cloud and migrating on-premises workloads to the cloud. So it's going to use a variety of different models to help you design, implement, and optimize your applications hosted on AWS. It's going to describe the architecture of the target state environment in detail. So what does this mean? It's going to say, hey, what are we aiming for? What are we aiming for in terms of the architecture, the design of our applications and computing resources on the cloud? We got to have a plan, right? So that when we do migrate, we have something to aim for, and we know, right, what is the right thing for our company. So it enables faster deployment, continuous innovation, and more efficient system performance slash scalability. So common roles include the chief technology officer, IT managers, and solution architects. So these are the technical people. So which AWS services and architectures best fit our needs? So that's the migration question it answers. It focuses on the cloud infrastructure, architecture, and modernizing your applications. That's particularly true, right, if you're moving from on-premises. So teams that it affects are the cloud architects and IT teams. Now, this has kind of been discussed in the governance perspective, right? Security, but the security's perspective is a more granular look at securing your data and applications on the cloud. So it ensures that your organization meets security objectives for visibility, auditability, control, and agility. So remember, audits is when you check to make sure that you have been following the rules, right? So think of it as a test or as a checkup on your system to make sure that you are meeting those security objectives. So use AWS CAF to structure the selection and implementation of security controls that meet your organization's needs. It's going to help you protect data by preventing breaches, cyber attacks, and unauthorized access. It's going to ensure that you have compliance, right, with those particular regulations. We brought up the example of HIPAA. So if you're a medical business, a medical technology organization, then you're going to want to make sure you comply with those HIPAA regulations. So it's going to make sure that you are compliant and that you're securing your apps. So common roles are the Chief Information Security Officer, IT security managers, and IT security analysts. So the question that it answers is, how do we secure the cloud workloads and data? It's going to focus on identity management, right? IAM, access control, those ACLs, data security, and compliance. So teams that it affects are security teams and IT governance. So the operations perspective, the last one under the technical side. So this is going to be all about helping you run, use, operate, and recover IT workloads to the level agreed upon with your business stakeholders. So this is, the day-to-day. How do we make sure that we have the right workflows when working with the cloud? So it's going to monitor cloud environments, optimize performance, and implement incident and disaster response plans. So these workflows can be everything from making sure that you're using the cloud efficiently, making sure that the cloud is running healthily, I guess is the word, but in a healthy manner, right, that things are running smoothly, and also making sure that if there is an incident, right, if there are problems, that you have a plan to recover from that downtime, right, or from those interruptions to your applications. So the AWS CAF helps operators define current operating procedures and identify the changes and training needed to implement successful cloud adoption. So it's going to help reduce downtime, ensure there's no interruptions to your business operations. So during migration, right, it's important that things run smoothly for your users, whether that's people in your company or if you're a public-facing app, right, to those millions of users that you have around the world. So it's going to enhance system efficiency, performance, and it's going to do that via monitoring and automation. So common roles under the operations perspective are IT operations managers and support managers. The question it answers is, how do we keep our cloud systems running efficiently? So it's going to focus on all those monitoring tools, automation, cloud management, and troubleshooting. So that's going to affect your DevOps, IT support, and SRE teams.